ABC, Virginia and Maryland tangled on ESPN. Ralph Friedgen looking to go 6-0 at home this year. The whole Maryland team comes out to midfield before the game. Refs flag on unsportsmanlike conduct. Virginia would kick off from the 50, and Maryland would score the opening kick anyway. All right, so second quarter, it's 7-0 Maryland, third and goal. Backup Josh Allen gets the ball, and the score, it's 14-0 Maryland. Later in the second, Terps by 7, 14-7. Allen, give it to him because he's hot. It looks like he's going to be tackled, but it's all muscle and effort. Second effort, 80-yard touchdown, 257 rushing yards, 2 TDs, 21-7 Maryland. Josh Allen, what got into you?
Going out there putting the game on our own linemen's back, and they did a good job coming off the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage. So I just wanted to go out there and read my keys and keep my feet moving, and we got some big plays.
Way to go, Josh. Credit those linemen, and you got your feet moving, helping Maryland to that 10-point victory over the Cavs.
LSU fourth in the BCS, taking on the Tide in Tuscaloosa. First quarter, 3rd and 3 for Brody Croyle. Croyle 12 for 33, 154 yards against the stingy Saban D. LSU, meanwhile, scored on its first 2 possessions. Field goal first. Matt Mock, Michael Clayton second. Clayton 9 catches in the first half. More from the Bama's offense or less. Croyle sacked by Melvin Oliver. LSU's D allows less than 7 points per game. Best in the nation. More Clayton. 12-yard grab. That gives him 103 first-half yards. Let's see. Clayton outgained Alabama's offense 103-65 in the first half. LSU 17-0 at the break. Third quarter, Mock 24 for 36. Swing pass. Skylar Green, Justin Vincent. He gets the arrow. He's a steamroller, baby.
Oh, man.
Rolling all over multiple Tide defenders. That's a first down and leads to this. Freshman tailback Ali Broussard. He, too, a steamroller, baby. 27-3 LSU rolls. Alabama, 3rd losing season in the past 7 years after having just won in the previous 40 years.
Southern Cal, second in the BCS, visiting 2-8 Arizona. Mike Williams, 23 touchdowns in 22 career games. First quarter, Matt Leinart for who else? Williams. It's 14-0. Leinart, 22 of 30, 296 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to Williams. Second quarter, back in the end zone, a top 10 nominee. Williams caught 11 balls for a $157 and the 3 scores, 28-0 Trojans. Late third, Ryan Killeen from 36. It's 38-0, but hold on. Call security because we've got a situation. This guy's got the football under there. The security chasing the fans. The fans switch the ball. Hey, is that a football, or are you just real happy to see me? Fortunately for that guy, it is a football. He runs away, and it's the Cal-Stanford band play. You want the football, Mr. Security Guy? Smart guy? Okay, go get it. 3 fans were ejected. USC shuts out Arizona 45-0. Trojans 9-1.
Oklahoma, after last week's 77-0 win over Texas A&M, hosting Baylor and favored by 52. That's 52 points. First quarter, Jason White, nation's leader in passing efficiency, efficient. Brandon Jones, 7-zip. Next Sooner possession, White against the Bears defense, which came in ranked 109th out of 117 D1A teams. Mark Clayton, 47, 14-zip. Clayton, 2 grabs for score from White, who went on to set the school's single-season record for TD passes with 36. Tosses 4 in this game. Finds Will Peoples for the 3rd one. That was Will, so Peoples arrowed. They actually booed the home team a bit in the second half for sloppiness. 41-3. Oh, yeah, that's sloppy. Folks in the Lone Star State have a saying, don't mess with Texas. Well,
The wildest finishes of the season. Virginia Tech at Temple. The Owls, Jared Davis from 50. This will win it. It's long enough, but it's wide. Temple misses a chance to win it. Go to overtime, tied at 17. Second play of OT. Here's Brian Randall. 23 yards for the touchdown, and the Hokies lead 24-17. So now the Owls have to match the score. Walt Washington, Zamie Cobb, 24-23. They get the touchdown, but remember, you got to get the extra point. And here's Davis. Remember, he missed the field goal that would have won it at the end of regulation. The chip shot extra point is no good. They miss on a missed extra point in overtime, 24-23.
Miami hosted Syracuse. Canes have lost 2 straight. Eric Cruda is going to get the start. First start, Brock Berlin benched. Ditto for Kellen Winslow after that post-Tennessee pontification. This was Winslow's first play, and he drew all the attention, so Ryan Moore is wide open. 7-3 Canes. Second quarter after a Cruda fumble, Walter Reyes goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the 2nd straight year, and Syracuse Up 10-7. Fourth quarter tied at 10. Tyrone Moss, freshman with 91 yards, 26 here. And the very next play, it's Moss again, 9 yards, touchdown. Miami up 17-10, under a minute to go. Syracuse, 4th and 8, needing a touchdown to tie the game so we can have another OT. R.J. Anderson across the field. Maurice Sykes. Miami back on the winning track. 17-10 is your final.
For its 5th straight win, John Navarre says this is the best his team has played all year, and he may be right. Second quarter, Navarre. Braylon Edwards. Edwards, 9 catches for 112 yards. It's 24-3 Wolverines. Watch this catch. Second quarter, Navarre. Jason Avant, one-handed in the end zone. It's a top 10 nominee and a play of the year. Navarre, 22 of 31, 288 yards, 2 scores, worthy of 2 more looks. Jason Avant, 31-3 Michigan. They win 41-10, and they are fired up and playing well for the big one next week against their arch rival, Ohio State. Michigan State season going over the cliff. 2 straight losses headed into Camp Randall in Madison. Lee Evans, 3 touchdowns against Michigan State 2 years ago. He missed all of last year after 2 knee surgeries, but made up for it in a big way Saturday. Second quarter, a 75-yarder from Jim Sorgi. Evans' second touchdown of the game. Sorgi, 16 of 24 for 380 and 5 touchdowns, all of them to Lee Evans. Here's Sorgi to Evans again. 28-7 Badgers. Evans breaks Tony Simmons' Wisconsin record for career touchdown receptions with 24. Third quarter, Sorgi. Evans avoids some tackles and busts it. 70 yards. Evans' 4th touchdown. It's 35-7 Wisconsin, and the route is on. Evans breaks his own school record for touchdown receptions in a game with 4. There'd be 1 more. Here it is. Still third quarter. Sorgi into the end zone, and Evans has to work for this one. His 5th touchdown. He would set the Wisconsin record for receiving yards in a game. 258 on 10 catches, breaking Al Toon's mark set in 1983. He also tied the Big Ten record for touchdown catches in a game. Dwayne Smith, he had a big day. His 3rd touchdown, he ran for 207, second time in Wisconsin history. They've had a 200-yard rusher and 200-yard receiver in the same game. Michigan State has lost 3 in a row. 5th.
Weekend, Matt Kegel, well, he said he wasn't going to play, and clearly he wasn't healed. Shoulder injury. Admitted as much afterwards. Way short there. Chris McKenzie gets the pick, and Kegel's done. Played second, tied at 10, and this is where the game changed. Andrew Walter picked by Pat Bennett, and he goes 39 yards for the score. Cougars up 17-10. Josh Swager, freshman quarterback, in for Kegel. To DeVar Darling, 22 yards. Darling, 5 catches, 108, and Washington State. Cougars win it 34-19.
107th meeting. In the previous 106 meetings, Auburn has outscored Georgia by only 2 points. It's a neck-and-neck rivalry. Second quarter, David Green, flea flicker to Michael Johnson, lobs it way up. Fred Gibson with a one hand. Dogs inside the 20. Green, 11 of 24 for 168. 2 plays later, Michael Johnson, who caught the game winner versus Auburn last year, has this one. It's 13-0 Dogs. 3rd and 5, early 4th, Jason Campbell, Cooper Wallace, Auburn's first 3rd down conversion of the football game. Campbell, 20 of 33 for $178. Same drive, 3rd and goal. Picked off by Odell Thurman. And Odell Thurman keeps on matriculating the ball up the field. 99 yards. It's a top 10 nominee. Dogs win 26-7. It's their first home win over Auburn since 1991, the Clinton administration, I believe. Florida looking for its 5th straight win, but in trouble at Williams-Brice against USC. Late second quarter, Florida punting, and this is Chavez Donnings, and Chavez Donnings keeps on matriculating the ball up the field. 73 yards. Gamecocks trying to snap a 12-game losing streak against Florida, and Ron Zook's Gators have got a ball game on their hands. They're down 16-7, 3rd quarter. Seatric Faison. Faison says, I feel like I'm one of the best in the nation. He was pretty good in Columbia. 20 carries, a career-high 190 yards. Same drive, 3rd and 3. It's Chris Leak. Wants Ben Troop. Leak, 12 of 20 for 121. Florida is within 2. Still 3rd now. Leak. Billy Alatsko, and listen to this hit. Oh, ear hold by Dante Robinson. Late third after a Gator field goal. It's Deshaun Wynn, touchdown. 24-16 Florida. Remember, they were down 16-7 at halftime. Fourth quarter, third and goal. DeAndre Pinkins takes it himself. The Gamecocks are within 2, and Lou is going to go for 2 in the tie. So they'll go to Pinkins. He keeps it again, but this time he's short, and Florida holds on. 24-22. Gators clinch at least a share of the SEC East title.
Would Tennessee have a letdown after beating Miami? Not against visiting Mississippi State. First quarter, Casey Clausen's first touchdown pass will go to Chris Hannon, who had 3 TDs on the day. Clausen did not play last season against MSU. He'd more than make up for it, taking advantage of one of the worst defenses in the league, finding Derek Tinsley, 14-7. Second quarter, we have a top 10 play nomination. Clausen avoids the rush. Pass is tipped by a Bulldog. Grabbed by Jason Swain, picking up the first down, keeping the drive alive. A drive that ends with Clausen finding Mark Jones. 5 touchdowns in 3 quarters for Clausen. Volunteers remain in contention for a trip to the SEC championship game. 59-21 winners.
They had one since 1968. L. Roberson and DeMario Williams talking smack. Roberson and Lord shared words during the week. Darren Sproles, 9th in the nation in rushing. We see why. Strong run by Sproles, 7-0 Wildcats. Jamal Lord getting some serious heat here. He throws a touchdown pass, I think.
Yeah, you're going to see Jamal Lord here. He looks like he could be down on his knees. He gets a touchdown pass to Mark LaFleur. If you look at the replay, you'll see you're under heavy pressure, just trying to make a play. Yes, the right knee, gentlemen, was on the turf. Should not have been a touchdown for Nebraska.
Now, Lord and L. Roberson back and forth because Lord was talking smack last year, and Roberson backed it up. 38-9 K-State wins it. Here's L. Roberson.
I told Lord he's a guy that talks a lot of smack, and he didn't want to shake my hand at the beginning, so I was like, you want to be like that? They say it's really about to be a war now. So if we went at it, we had our fair share of talking noise, but K-State in the house.
They are in the house with their first win away from home against a higher-ranked team. It's the worst Nebraska home loss since '58. First time Kansas State's won in Lincoln since '68. And it's the first time the Wildcats have beaten the Huskers in consecutive meetings. And the first time since 1958 and '59, a landmark victory for Kansas State. Kansas State, which now controls its destiny, or still controls its destiny, the Big 12 North. They'll take on Missouri. The winner will move on. Speaking of Mizzou, against Texas A&M, Brad Smith. Well, let's see, the Aggies still conscientious objectors to tackling as they were in the Oklahoma game last week, though they did play with a little more heart this time around. Brad Smith going for the pylon. Missouri up 7-0. 9-0.
I haven't seen it yet, Reese. I haven't seen the heart. Here once again, Brad Smith, 10 yards right up the middle. I'm looking for the heart, Davis.
Just looking for a form tackle if we can find it. Zach Abrams crash in there, 16-0. And Aggie fumbled by Reggie McNeil, recovered by Brian Smith. Here's Brad Smith.
Reese, do you think somebody on that defense should have said, you know that quarterback number 16, maybe we should put a hat on him?
And they were not able to do so. It's 25-9. I mean, the Aggies didn't. They're just outmanned. They're outdone just about everybody they faced. 45-22. Aggies going to have a losing season, first time since '82. Hey, this was a barn burner. Texas and Texas Tech. Nathan Vasher on senior day. Special relationship with his mom, as many of the seniors have. Vince Young, Sloan Thomas. Oh, concentration. Longhorns up 14-6. B.J. Simmons, though, let his team stay right in it. 10-point pass to Mickey Peters. Texas Tech down by a touchdown. Here's Torian Henderson. That would get it to within 1, but Tech, the extra point blocked. Didn't matter, they just scored again.
So hard, you spread people out, you get everybody spread out, and you run it right up the middle. Very difficult to defend that type of play.
And look who's in the game in the final minute and a half. Chance Mock, he hadn't played all night. He hit B.J. Johnson. Here's Keith Toogood. Oh, too bad. Keith Toogood misses the field goal try to tie, and the eyes of Texas upon Major Applewhite. No, I mean Chance Mock. Quarterback controversy again. 43-40. The Longhorns still in pretty good position to be an at-large BCS Bowl selection. In the ACC, Florida State could wrap up a clinched BCS bid against North Carolina State. Phillip Rivers, Jericho Cotchery, crossed the end zone before he fumbled. North Carolina State missed the extra point, still had the lead. It's now trimmed down to 23-20. Here's Lorenzo Booker.
A nice run to the outside. They seal the outside. Good blocking down the field of play. Now it's a great cut. Picks up additional blocking, but he's smart enough to change balls into the right hand. Got to get another block right there by PK.
Is he carrying two balls?
Yes.
Booker with the nifty run. Phillip Rivers, quarterback running, bad idea against Ohio State. Better against Florida State here. 30-27, Wolfpack on top. 30-27, NC State when Chris Ricks, PK Sam. Well, Chris Ricks had to deal with some adversity this week. Stepped up, had a solid game. Rivers, though, was brilliant. Tremaine Hall on the receiving end. Rivers went over 4 bills passing, 4 touchdowns, his 4th 400-yard game. Here is Florida State. Saviet Bethia gets the attempt block, and we're going to overtime. In overtime, 3rd and goal. I know the fans were holding their breath. They didn't think Ricks would make the play. He does. Crifanzo Thorpe, Seminoles up 44-37. Rivers has got a little more for you. Tremaine Hall. And we will continue to play on. 2nd overtime, 4th and 1. Chuck the chest. Shows a little hard. Going to go for it on 4th and 1. Oh, Jericho Cotchery couldn't hang on, and Rivers put it right on him. Now FSU moving, and Crifanzo Thorpe, who had a fine game, just rolled up from behind here, had to be carried off the field. Now the next play, his teammates make him a winner, an ACC champion, and send the Seminoles on their way to the BCS. Florida State wins the ACC with a 50-44 win over the game Wolfpack squad. Rivers had a brilliant day. Florida State still able to get another Atlantic Coast Conference title. Backyard brawl, Pittsburgh and West Virginia. Larry Fitzgerald, he's had a touchdown in 15 straight games, leads the nation in receiving. Did I say 15? I meant 16.
You know, if you're going to cover him one-on-one, guess what? You're going to have to throw him the football.
You're not man enough to cover him one-on-one. You don't need to be covering him one-on-one, because if you do, let's catch another touchdown pass. Larry Fitzgerald again. Hey, Pittsburgh seemed to be rolling, but speaking of rolling, how about Quincy Wilson?
Quincy Wilson, look at him just break tackles. He's so low to the ground and so powerful with his lower body. Gets it all the way down, 37 yards for Quincy Wilson.
Don't take your eyes off the screen. Watch this play by number 1. Wow. That's why he's the best player in college football, guys. Larry Fitzgerald between 2 defenders. Rutherford doesn't always have to throw it to him. Sometimes he can find that tight end, Chris Wilson. Pittsburgh vaults back on top, 21-17. Rasheed Marshall. As good as Fitzgerald is, he doesn't have the market cornered on great catches. John Pennington. Oh, Velcro fly. Tied at 24, and that's when the roof started to cave in. Rutherford hits Fitzgerald here. Another great grab with his hands, and Pittsburgh on the West Virginia 5. Then Rutherford finds a problem. He's got the open linebacker, Grant Wiley. Mountaineers take over. Rutherford, with his team on the move again, still on his own end, but they started a little bit of a drive. Rod Rutherford picked off, going into double coverage. Going to double coverage, be looking for 1. Nobody else. Be looking for 1. Rasheed Marshall. Look for 2. Can't tackle 2. Rasheed Marshall, 31-24. Here goes Quincy Wilson again.
And this is a tremendous job right here by Quincy Wilson. Gets great blocking, just hits that tunnel, and now it's a sprint to the end zone, 37 yards for the score.
And West Virginia wins the backyard brawl 52-31, a blowout mark.
A good team to get well against. Penn State's never lost to the Hoosiers. Zach Mills only down 7-0 as the Fighting DiNardos came out and took the lead, but Zach Mills found Tony Johnson, and the Penn State juggernaut would be on its way to half 100. Mills, Maurice Humphrey, some call him the Space Cowboy, some call him the Gangster of Cash. We just call him Maurice.
I remember that song. That was a good song.
21-7 Penn State. Yaakov Yisrael blocks it. Andrew Gooman going to pick it up. Gooman, a storied name in Penn State history. 31-7. Now Michael Robinson and a quarterback, Nittany Lions. 52-7. Paterno has his first Big Ten win of the season.
I made up my mind I was coming back. Now, there are other things that might come in it, my health or something like that, but as far as winning and losing, that's got nothing to do with it. I know who I am. I know what kind of coach I am. I know the kind of people I have around me. I know what kind of squad I have. And You know, if the day comes that I just don't think I can do a good job for them, I don't need anybody to tell me anything.
I think he's earned that right, guys. Floyd of Rosedale. You can just drag the record books to the recycle bank. When Minnesota and Iowa get together, they're playing for the pig.
What kind of a pig was that, Reed?
It looked like it would be a tough one if you tried to eat it. Nathan Chandler rolls right, keeps it. Iowa up 10-6. Minnesota had problems taking care of the football.
Look, Assad Abdul-Khalik here gets sacked, fumbles the ball, loses it. Iowa's going to recover here. And then Lawrence Maroney's going to, Lawrence Maroney ran the ball fairly well. I mean, Iowa's defense did well, but at times Lawrence Maroney gets all the way down the goal line, fumbles right before he could get into the end zone for a touchdown.
And Assad Abdul-Khalik would give one up, Mark.
Intercepted by Javon Johnson right here. Nice job of reading the eyes of the quarterback, Assad Abdul-Khalik.
And a few plays later, Nathan Chandler looking for Ramon Ochoa, and Iowa's rolling up 33-6. It said he thought it was important that Iowa win this game.
Oh, I thought it was absolutely vital if Iowa wins the game. Because if Minnesota wins the game, they get the pig, and they got an axe last week. Can you imagine an axe and that pig?
Cincinnati team that owned a share of the Conference USA Championship a year ago. Brandon Hassel running. Keeps it.
Nice job by Brandon Hassel. Fakes the option, keeps it, goes to the corner of the end zone, a 22-yard run. TCU up 20-7.
Look at Bo Schobel, number 21, come off the corner. Get rid of it, Gino! Gets a great sack there. Loses the football. It's recovered by Martin Patterson for the touchdown.
He just knocked the Gaduli out of Gino. Caused the fumble. Then Gaduli gets picked off by Chris Peoples. Peoples returns it inside the 25. That would set up Robert Merrill, one of two terrific running backs that we saw when we saw TCU. He and Lonte Hobbs, good 1-2 punch.
And great vision. You saw him get the vision, see the hole, bounce it outside, get in for the touchdown.
No problem for the Horned Frogs, and they are 10-0 for the first time since 38, 43-10 in the final. Notre Dame. Notre Dame always has material. Tyrone Willingham, Fighting Irish, trying to salvage a disappointing season. Julius Jones, the senior, fought his way back to Notre Dame. It's a great story. Julius had a great day on his way out. 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. Matt Berry gets picked off by Quentin Burrell. Fighting Irish have the ball. And Julius Jones, what was that?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Julius Jones, 14 yards, 33-14. The Fighting